Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we're back at the Nürburgring Blast and we've had an update to Gran Turismo 7 and that's added an interesting F1 car, an old F1 car admittedly, 1965, Honda's first F1 car. So what are we talking about? We're talking about an old school F1 car, a 6-speed H-pattern manual shifter. I believe it's a V12 but only 228 horsepower, which is less than your standard hot hatch nowadays, but only 498 kilos. So this is probably one of the lightest cars that we've ever taken around the Nürburgring Blast. So that's going to be making an interesting combination, and let's see how it does. So if you want to find out, stay tuned. Let's go get it. Right, so 1965 Honda F1 car and race winner versus the Nürburgring. So let's see what she's got. At the final corner, we'll take third. Back on the brakes, down to second for the first turn. There we go, nice. Use all the traction, all the track as well. Down the hill we go, taking fourth already. A little bit of a lift. Back on the power, we'll take fifth already. Then into the first technical section. Car tries to kill us. I think maybe we've downshifted to third a bit too quickly. Right, be careful of the curbs through here. We are very low and very light, so they will try and kill us if we give them the opportunity. Right, focus on the exit. There we go, nice. The car feels pretty torquey, but I just think that it's the fact that the car weighs the same as a paperclip. Right, flat out towards plum flats. There we go, you can see the front end just lifted off the ground. And a dab of brake. This thing, if you had done that quick flat, you would end up in that barrier on the outside. Right, flat out on top of sixth. With straight and crooks, here we go. Lift as we go across there. Dab a brake, get the nose in, then we can get back on the power. Come on. There we go. Hard on the brakes. Go from sixth to fourth to third. Back on the power, nice. Right, foxholes. Should be able to get some good speed here, use close ratio gearbox. Car skipping along the tarmac. Sixth, flat out with the compression. There we go. Nicely back down to third. Squirt of power. Back to second there. Right, just try and work with what grip they have on the front tyres. And that stupendous traction. Love the traction on this thing. Flicking through the gears, already into fifth. I'm going to need fourth for this corner here. There we go, power. And back down to third. Avoid the curb on the right hand side. Hit that, that's probably going to end with death. And hit the limiter. And then hard on the brakes, down the hill we go. In third, and power. This little tricky chicane up next. Nowhere near flat, car gets very light as we go over towards hit miss. Dab the brakes, get the car settled, and back on the power, there we go. Right, tricky, slowest corner on the track. Car wants to kill you there. Down to second, but then look at that traction, look at that. Traction's fantastic. I just had the throttle nailed through there. We'll take third. Down the hill towards the other entrance to the Nürburgring, just down the right. Dab a brake, get the nose in, and back on the power up the hill. Right, louder kink next. This should be easy flat. That's fifth. Take a nice wide line, easy. And then spot our braking point. Down two more gears. Get the nose in. Just didn't want to go in initially. Eventually she came to us. Right, up the hill. This is where you feel what downforce has done to F1, because this car, you feel like you're just skipping along the surface of the tarmac, and it's really sketchy. And downforce is just that hidden hand that pushes the car into the ground and just gives you so much more confidence. This is sketchy. Imagine this in the wet. Right, bravery corner. Dab a brake, down one corner, up hit the curb. That was dangerous and very sketchy. Lost a lot of time there. Right, flat out over the rise, lift through there, just for confidence really, more than anything. Right, down a couple of gears, feel like brakes feel really strong in this car. But I just think it's, again, lack of weight. This thing is a paperclip. Right, into second into the carousel. Come on, keep up the minimum speed. There we go. Right, this should be roller coaster section. Should be able to catch up a bit of time here on any cars around us. No idea what kind of time this is going to do though. Maybe a 7 minutes somewhere. Oh, just a bit too late on the brakes through there. Right, up over the rise. Take third as we come over the top. And then power. Right, fourth as we head on to Whifbitz. Dab a brake. You can use left foot braking through here just to control the car, poise it, use that curb there. Up over the rise. Didn't want to get on that curb. Cool, but we survived. Down we go towards Brunchen. Tyres may have warmed up quite a bit there from that slide. Just need to calm it down. We're going to bump the limiter. Yeah, I know, but we go to fourth for that. Right, and we're probably going to have to do the same here. Yeah, again, bump that limiter. Just try and get the late apex far up over the hill. There we go. Whoa. Going to take an early shift to fifth just to calm the car down, and then a little bit of a jump. Back down one gear to fourth. There's a left apex up here somewhere, we just can't see it yet. There we go. We'll take fifth and then up over the top here. Oh, that was a lift and a half through the Stefan Bella Fest. This feels very sketchy. There we go, we've made it through alive. Ah, real life. God, that was scary. Down one gear for this first right-hander, and then we're going to go down two for the left-hander. Car just doesn't feel at home through those corners because they are. Right, baby carousel, and then back on the power. Ooh, nearly pull it to the hedgerow there. Right, final corner for Dottinger Her. Up over the rise. There we go. Right, this is where we could do with the front wing, the steer. Right, that's fifth. Right. Wow, and like, I'm not sure when downforce really came to F1, but you feel that, you just feel like put a front and rear wing on this and you can push this so much harder. Right, this is where we might lose out. Remember, it's only 228 horsepower, so it's less than a modern day hot hatch. Very light there. Right, flat out underneath the Bilstein bridge, here we go. Oh, I think it is very sketchy right now. I'm going to actually lift. Oh, the thing's just bouncing across the bumps here. Whoa. Just does not inspire confidence. Right, final corner. Get that nose in. What kind of time? I reckon somewhere at 7:20. Let's go for it. Right, and there we go. Whoa. Completed the lap. This thing is like, I'd love to do this in VR in the wet. This just should be on another level. Respect to the drivers of the day and age driving. Remember, back then the Nürburgring would have been even bumpier and the curbs would have been even higher. But let's see what kind of lap time it's done. Wow. Okay, so a 7 minutes and 8 seconds. 0.759. So that is a really impressive lap time for what, 228 horses. Wow, let's see where that sits with the rest of the cars though. So that sits just behind the GR4 Suzuki Swift. So this is like GT4 kind of pace from only 228 horsepower. That is amazing. It's beating some like 600 odd horsepower GT1 cars, as you can see over here on I think it's that side over here on our leaderboard. But wow, I really enjoyed that, although this was a lot of hard work. So if you appreciate the hard work that's gone into it, I appreciate a massive thumbs up, and put a comment down below what you'd like to see next. If you didn't enjoy it, perfectly fine, just put a thumbs down, just put a comment again how I can do it better for the future. And until then, until next week, goodbye and have a good day.